Hello guys, welcome to like the little Jarvis update video. So I'm currently just started tacking him up. He's got his VIP pad and the poly pad on. I'm gonna ride him first and then I'll do like a little explanation as to what's happening with him. But yeah, look, he's starting to grow a little tash, isn't he? Good boy. Okay, so Jarvis's new bridle complex is his jumper slash elevator bit, and then he's got his pelham roundings. This bit is actually 0 pole pressure or +1 pole pressure, which is good for Jarvis because you don't like pole pressure, do you? No, you don't. He's got his lovely brow band on, and then he's also got his master pole technology infrared thing on that we bought from Harry Hall. Mum, did you buy it from Harry Hall? Yeah, that we bought from there. Yeah. She's got 50% off apparently. And then he's got his grackle attachment on, and then we've got the neck strap. In other words, the old crap strap. Yeah. He looks so innocent. You are so weird. Good boy. So, because I didn't explain it, this is a quick little interruption. Also, I'm so sorry that weird thing was in it halfway through. Look, I sorted it out now. But Jarvis is actually in the grackle now because it's a common misconception that a normal cavesson noseband is actually nicer than a grackle. But the grackle avoids all of the pressure points on the face, whereas the cavesson doesn't, so that's why he's in it. So, this is the new arrangement for Jarvis. That's his bit. Then his pole guard, which, can you put your head on the floor? Goes like that. Yeah, a lovely little brow band. And then the grackle. Good boy. I can't say the name of it. How do you say it? Pirelli.
Pirelli.
Pirelli. I can't say it. Pirelli. Pirelli. Okay. So this is Jarvis's Pirelli head collar. We got a equine behaviourist out for him, and this is what she used on him. So we went and bought one. But I'll show you what she showed me today in the next couple of clips. So for anybody who in the next couple of clips thinks I'm abusing my horse, this does not hurt. This is basically a couple of plastic bags on a little padded piece of tape on the end of an old whip that we don't use because it's broken. So we don't use this to hit him, or we don't leave marks on him or anything, but it's just so he respects our space, and if he knows that if he comes into our space, then that he'll be pushed back out with this, because I'm not big enough to basically tell him to get away. So, right, come on. So this first exercise is all about him respecting your space and not coming into your space. So when I stop in front of him, because I'm the leader, he should stop and not move forward into my space. If he is to move into my space, then I get the floof and I push him back out of my space. But yeah, basically the equine behaviourist said to us that it's often common for people to be taught to walk next to their horse's shoulder, but that allows for the horse to basically do whatever they want. So with you walking in front of the horse and the horse following behind, it basically shows that you're leading him and they're not taking charge of you. So now Jarvis knows that when I walk, he walks, and when I stop, Jarvis stops. It's all about respect. He needs to have respect for me on the ground, and this should help with the amount of respect I get when I'm on board, which will in turn help with all of the issues that we've been having. So now it's time for the second exercise with what she taught me. She said to me that if Jarvis wants to trot or canter or anything, let him, don't try and slow him down because he needs to use up his energy that he's already got. This exercise basically means that if I go into his path like that, he should stop, and when I walk towards him, he should move the shoulder closest to me, away from me, respecting my bubble. So in this formation, he has his bubble, I have my bubble. If he doesn't walk into mine, I won't walk into his. There, he hesitated for a bit because he thought he could get away with stopping and not doing it. So I just used the floof just to guide him round, and he ended up trotting, but that's fine because he always stops. So here I walked into his path, he was respectful and he moved away, and then like I just did there, I walked into his space and he moved around me instead of going into me to then regain a circle. So he does have this little habit at the moment of stopping at random points, but it's soon corrected with the floof when I just wave it at his bum a little bit. This is amazing because when we used to lunge him before, he would never ever lunge, and he would just literally stand, plant his feet and just not do anything. He'd rear up, he would sometimes run at us, but this time, now we've done this exercise, it's really helped with his lunging, which is just going to be more beneficial for us in the future, because if it's a windy day or a rainy day and I don't want to ride, then he can still have exercise and I don't have to ride. So yeah, here he's being very, very respectful for me. He did again stop, but all in all he's improved a million times from when the behaviourist first came. This was a really, really, really good reaction from him. He listened and he was almost thinking ahead of what I was going to do and expecting what I was going to do, and he really moved away from me and respected me. Here he is quite abrupt, but it's because he is focusing 100% all of his attention onto me. So whenever I stop, he's like stopping straight away because he realises that I've stopped. I've asked him to trot here just to get him moving and just to see how he is with going up the paces, and he was perfectly fine. In a minute I will be standing him, and although he goes away from the camera, what you need to look for in your horses is them relaxing. So if they're biting and chewing and licking, that's all signs right here, that's all signs of them relaxing. And also if they're doing funny things with their mouth and like almost yawning, then that's really, really, really good sign that they're relaxed and they're really listening and paying attention to you. Jarvis has done all the yawning, but obviously he couldn't today because this was only a short session and he did have the grackle on, so he couldn't really open his mouth. But yeah, here I've zoomed into the video towards the end of the session where you can actually see him just biting and chewing and licking and stuff, his lips, which is really good sign. So I thought I'd end that there and then I'd get on him. I did ride him. We got a couple of little clips at the start and the end, but it's not much, but you can see just how more relaxed he is. And look at this, I never thought I'd see the day where Jarvis stands at a mountain block and doesn't rear or doesn't do anything naughty. So here I lead him up to the mountain block, he stops, not in my space. I then obviously undo his reins from his throat lash, and then I get on him. I do keep the parallel, I can't say it, parallelly, something like that. I do keep that head collar on until I am on, just in case he does decide to throw anything, and then I can literally get off him and do the exercises again for him. But this time he was absolutely perfect, stood as still as a stone, and then I just stopped him in the middle of the school, undid the head collar, and then we got on with our ride. So, moral of the story is, touch wood, I think I finally have my old horse back. So this is going to be like a little explanation video about what's been going on with Jarvis recently. So basically, it started with him. Obviously, I keep you up to date on Instagram, so you would have seen the post of him rearing at the mountain block and stuff. I started off with him doing that, and basically we said we're not riding him for at least like a week. No, I think it ended up being 3 weeks that we didn't ride him for, because he just wasn't himself, and we were just like, it's not worth it until we can try and get someone out. So he had 3 weeks off, and then we tried to get on him again, and he was still the same. Now, in the past, we've had the vet check for literally everything. She checked for tumours on the brain, she checked for kissing spines, she checked for ulcers. All of it came back inconclusive. Dad's over there. No, I'm gonna have to whisper now. Came all inconclusive. So no, it was nothing to do with that. So after I rode him and he still did it the same, we basically didn't ride him for another 2 weeks, and we just got in touch with a equine behaviourist. And we got the equine behaviourist out a week later after we contacted her, and she basically said that he is very badly behaved and that he needs it's going to take a long while to fix his bad behaviour problems, because he's 13 years old, so we've practically got to undo 13 years of bad manners. So she came out and she showed me a lot of things to try with him. So we got the I can't say it, but I've said it earlier in the video, the head collar, and we had the long lead rope, and basically it was all about him not being in my space. So he would move out of my space when I walked towards him, because with dominant horses, they use feet to basically boss you around and move you around. So when he was rowing up at the mountain block, he was moving my feet because I was moving away from him, which basically in his brain it made him work, and it basically made him superior over me. Whereas what this woman showed us to do, and I'll be explaining it in the voiceover of when you see me doing the actual groundwork, is that I had to be dominant over him, because obviously I'm the rider, and I had to move his back feet. So every time I move into his space, he should move out of my space and give me room. So we also had a load of problems with lunging. I could never ever lunge him. He'd literally stand in a circle, keep turning towards me, and he'd just rear and rear and rear. You couldn't push him out, you couldn't do anything with him, because he would just rear. And there was a couple of times where he, instead of rearing, he would run at you. So obviously you moved out of his way, so he's moving your feet again. But that has all been fixed now. I'm able to lunge him, which is a godsend, all because of this woman and what she did with him. So it's just amazing how quickly it can change. We're not done yet. Don't do that. We're not done. He's still got ages to go, because I think she's coming back to show us some more techniques about what to do to handle his behaviour. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it's onwards and upwards from here. And yeah, all of the things that we've done to sort of help him and help his behaviour have worked. But I also want to say that the other day we got the physio lady out, and when we actually got the original vet out, she said that horses can actually get headaches, and we were always interested, because it was like some days he'd come out of his stable and he would be totally on edge, he wouldn't want to work, and that's when he would do it, like you knew something was wrong. So we were like, oh, maybe he has headaches then, maybe he gets them in the winter when he's stuck in and stuff. We don't know what causes them, and horses can't tell you if they have a headache, can they? So we got the physio out, and she checked him all over, no stiffness at all in his back, bum, hips, neck, at all, apart from his face. So she said she's going to come back to do a whole session on his face, where he was quite tight, and he was quite tight all in the front of his face down here. And she said something about his nostrils being asymmetrical, one was higher than the other. But yeah, so we're going to get her back out to help him with his head, and she's given us some exercises to do that I will show you when I go and untack him, because I can't really do them in here. But yeah, so we've got this Harry Hall pole guard, which has actually really helped him. It's infrared, so if everybody's been seeing the hype about the liquid titanium masks, this basically does the same job. It's more discreet and it's literally a quarter of the price. I think we paid 12 quid for that, and the masks are 65 without ears and 75 with ears, so it's quite a lot of difference. But yeah, I'm glad to say that Jarvis is seeming a lot happier in himself. He's a lot more affectionate now, like he likes to be around us. And yeah, we've still got, she said it would take 9 to 12 months to actually get him out of his behavioural issues. So just because we've had a few good days now at the moment doesn't mean that he's not going to test me in a month's time. So obviously that's why we're going to carry on getting the behaviourist out and just basically making sure that he knows his place and that he knows that he does, like, he works for me and not like working whenever he wants. So yeah. Right, so as promised, these are the couple of exercises, not really exercises, but things that the physio said for me to do with him. So just like we do as humans, when we have a headache, we just rub these bits here. You do that with the horse. So you just go in tiny little circles on each side of the face, like this. She recommended me to do it twice a day. He should start relaxing, but he's looking at Bruno through the barn. So you can do those. We've already done it twice a day today, but I was just showing you. And then the other one is, she said it sounds stupid, and it does, but you just rest your hand into his head like this, and at the start it'll seem like your hand's just basically sitting there, but after a while of it being there, it feels like it will sink into his face. So yeah, that's the other one that we've got. So you can do those twice a day. Good boy. But yeah, so Jarvis was a good boy today. Hope you enjoyed the vlog. Obviously, definitely a different video to what we do usually, because we don't always have these problems, do we? But I'm glad you got it sorted out, and I'm glad we've got it all fixed now. So yeah, your boy. Actually, we'll give you your last treat. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. Here it is. Oh, this one got a little bit squished in my pocket. Right, so these treats are from Ned's Nibbles on Instagram, and I'll leave that at below. Jarvis absolutely adores them, don't you? You've literally, I got a whole box to give to all of the horses. I think you've had about 6 of them. You've had the most, haven't you? Yep. You love them. Nice. You deserve it today though, because you're a good boy. You gonna smile? Gonna smile? Hey, smile. 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 Good boy. Good boy. Back to bed. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe. We hit 11k like a couple of weeks ago. Honestly, that's insane. Hopefully we can reach like 12k soon. So keep clicking that subscribe button. Half of you that watch our videos don't actually subscribe. So go down below, hit the subscribe button, turn the post notifications on so that you never miss a video. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.